What up, Corner Crew? Welcome back to another episode of the Hip Hop Happy Hour podcast. I'm your host, as always, Brad Bailey. Got Shy Elemental in the building with me tonight. What up, bro? How you doing?
What up, man? I'm chilling, just living.
You know how we do. Welcome back to another episode. We're closing in on getting close to 100 episodes here, ladies and gentlemen. We're not very far away. I think we're maybe about 11 episodes away from 100, which is dope as hell. Got to thank all of y'all for tuning in. You know what I mean? Every artist that's ever hit the show, appreciate every one of you. And speaking of artists that are hitting the show, tonight's artist, straight out of New Jersey. We won't hold that against them, though. Mickey Bourbon, welcome to the stage, bro.
Hey, salute. Yeah, I appreciate that. New Jersey's a wild place. Hey, Shot, what's good, baby, man? It's good to see the bro up there, man.
Yeah, chilling.
What's good, brother? What's good, brother? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining us.
I'm doing good, man. I'm a little jet lagged. I had a flight today and shit, and it was all dicey and running all over the place, but I feel good, man. Life's good.
Good shit. Yeah, you got to stay busy, man. You got to stay busy, even though that jet lag hits, bro. Even though the jet lag hits.
Never stop, man. It don't matter how tired you are. Just keep going, because I may not wake up tomorrow and I'll be like, damn, I ain't do shit yesterday.
Exactly. For those that don't know who you are, tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you're about.
Sure, yeah. So, Mickey Bourbon. I come out of New Jersey. I'm from Asbury Park, Belmar. Shout out to the shore. I'm a beach kid through and through. I'm about hip hop. It's literally they done more than just save my life. I've seen the impact that it has on everyone's life, and it actually is more than just a part of my life. It's just a whole life and culture and style and part of who I am now. It really is. I didn't become a part of hip hop. Hip hop's a part of me, you know?
Word.
And that goes hand in hand too with the other, because I do the acting shit too. And that expression, I mean, there's hip hop and the shows I do, everything. If you ever catch the themes of any of them and shit, there's hip hop embedded to that whole hell. They play my music through some of the episodes now.
Yeah, the culture's running deep. It's exploding in a way that we wouldn't have thought years and years ago. And it's in a really good place. Some say it's in a bad place, but we know that's not true.
No,
we know that. So, Shaw, you got any questions for Mickey?
Yo, why are you the honey badger? So I want the backstory. Give me the origin story of the honey badger. So how you who dumped the ooze on you when you were in the gutter?
You see the honey badger on like the Discovery Channel and shit. And he's like whipping lions' asses, and he's on. No, it's because I tried to fight 4 dudes outside of a bar. I was just drunk and stupid, and it wasn't like I don't have a cool story to tell. I whipped all their ass. No, I got the shit kicked out of me. Ribs broken. I just didn't stop. So that's how somebody was like, yo, it looked like Discovery Channel when a honey badger's fighting 4 lions and they just fucking him up and he keeps chasing after him. That was kind of how that went down. I had to go to the hospital the next day when I sobered up and everything. Ribs broken, face mashed in. But yeah, it just stuck. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Might as well run with it and make something positive out of that negative, instead of just telling everybody I got my ass whooped publicly for years,
For real. Yeah, it's like a dope little character almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. It gives like a theme and a storyline, and even like a lot of hip hop artists, they have that kind of dual personality, and that's kind of what I express through hip hop and Honey Badger. When that angry shit that I'm always doing, that's just that rage we all got inside of us. That's me letting it out, and that's kind of like that form of me. The Honey Badger is just that angry, screaming, swinging off, not thinking shit through, just going right to the dumb shit you don't normally do in your day-to-day life.
I think we can all relate to that.
Yeah,
we've all related to that when we were coming up too.
Right.
And that's we've all had our asses whooped.
Right.
If you hadn't, you need to. I think every man should be punched in the face at least once in their life.
That is 100% one of the greatest character builders you could go through. I mean, unless it's like a weak ass like sucker punch at a club and you wind up with, then you don't learn nothing from that. That shit's gotta hurt, and you gotta have your ears ringing and lose sense of where you at for 30 seconds. That one of those like that knock the fucking bell out.
When you're saying they're doing some dumb shit, so it's got to be well timed, like you stupid motherfucker.
Right,
and then you're like, oh, I get it now.
Right.
And there's a lot of people walking around that moment never happened for.
that chin check where it just reassigns your thinking. The next time you open your mouth, you make damn sure you're ready to be in that situation again. You know what I mean? Like, am I ready to commit if this motherfucker swings on and I say this dumb shit? You know?
Yeah. So coming up, Asbury Park, New Jersey. What was young Mickey Bourbon rocking to?
I was definitely a huge Onyx fan, and I still am to this day. I fucking love. I mean, it was like the highlight of my life, meeting Sticky and Fredro, and fucking. I actually chat with Sticky now and shit, which is really cool. I kept in touch with him. You know what I mean? And like on some like real shit, not like, oh, he's helping me with my career or I'm working with them. He just literally responds to me, and I be chopping it up about new songs. So Onyx was just heavy because it was that anger and expression that nobody was letting out at that time. You know what I mean? Everybody was either following the Tribe Called Quest thing, or you know what I mean, or they were trying to do the DOS effects and get like a little bit rambunctious, but nobody let out that anger that was all felt in the streets like Onyx did. You know? Those dudes expressed what the fuck everybody was really feeling like doing, you know?
Yeah,
I would say they were like the heavy metal of hip hop in a way. Them and MOP.
I mean, look, they crossed the barrier immediately. Did the fucking song with Biohazard. They were like, nah, this is, you know what I mean? This is that energy we're on, man. These dudes, these guys got the same energy we got. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. I mean, obviously, I had a lot of Wu-Tang in my shit. I mean, there's not a single person. You got to be never listen to hip hop in your life. You say you ain't have the purple tape when you was coming up. You know, DOS Effects, speaking of which, I love DOS Effects, man. They were really on some creative, original, energetic music. They were amazing too, man. They came to the shore, and them and Chris Cross in Belmar started a riot, actually. It was a huge riot. MTV was never allowed to return to that town again, where I came up, right next to Asbury, next town over.
That was on like a spring break or a summer.
Yep. It was MTV Spring Break. Yep. And DOS Effects got the crowd so amped. Chris Cross came on next, and the crowd was already like throwing hands and like kicking cars and shit. Chris Cross got like 11 seconds in the jump, and it was already over. There was garbage cans flying. They didn't even have like riot squads back then ready in the small towns and shit. They destroyed like half of the beachfront in like fucking 4 hours before the like 10 police forces came out. You know, that shit was wild. I got hit in the knee with a piece of a bottle somebody threw. I was only like fucking 10.
Yeah, so Chris Cross wasn't ready for that.
No, they definitely weren't, bro. They definitely had to, like, Jermaine Dupri had to have like took him and fucking smuggled him into a fucking car or something. You know what I mean? Get out of here, little buddies.
Right. But yeah, man, you've had a hell of a career. You're doing well. You're doing real well. Your name's ringing bells out there. A lot of people are talking about you.
Yeah, blessings.
What's it been like so far? Your grind?
I mean, so I didn't ever even think it would come to this height, to be honest. I just started like seriously doing professional hip hop in like 2020, like 2 months before the pandemic hit. My little brother, Frankie V, is like active. And he been busting my balls. Like, I only rapped on like pissy fire escapes when, we were outside trapping and, for something to do or fucking on the corner and shit, So I never thought I could do it seriously. And Frankie finally convinced me. And it just, people started like, yo, you dope, son. And, like hitting me up. And I wasn't worried about if somebody was popular or not. So I just collab with someone to me. Absolutely. Your shit dope. I'll collab with you. No question. Let's just do a song. Not send me $200 because you ain't got the, the followers. And that kind of shit and just keeping it real with people, I think, kept spreading to other people where they were like, nah, this dude really about it. He really enjoys and lives for the music and loves it. And it's spread. So, with Full Blast Booking and doing these Tour for Life for charity and meeting huge artists like Nems, Onyx, Ghostface, that shit's incredible. And it just keeps building into more. And I think the only thing that's working in my favor is that I'm just doing it for the music. There's not one time where I'm like, damn, man, I should have more people buying my shit right now. Or, damn, man, I should have fucking, I should have definitely had 1,000 more followers than this at this point. I've never once looked at that shit. And I think that's what's working in my favor, because if you keep making the music for the heart of the music, somebody pays attention and somebody notices, and it attracts more of that shit. You attract more of what you keep it real with yourself with.
Yeah, worrying about the views will kill you.
Yeah. It absolutely will.
What I'll say about you, what I've noticed is consistency.
Yeah.
Consistently dropping music. And I'll say just from my dealings with you, when given an assignment, you get it turned around quickly and on point. I mean, so those things will always keep this momentum going. As long as you keep doing those things and doing everything you're doing right now, you'll be good, and it'll just keep building.
And I think
so props to that, really.
To build off what you said too, is every time I keep that consistency, because I keep trying to put out a different song, like a different feeling I have, or trying something new and different, I find a different little piece of a core fan base. Like these dudes don't like that rowdy street shit Mickey doing, but I do like one silly ass song where I was joking on myself because I ain't famous for shit and I'll never be famous. And all of a sudden I got like 40 people that attracted to me because they felt the same way. Because I didn't try and stick to it. I just consistently trying new shit and doing new shit because I love it. It just feels good in my heart.
And you got to, like you said, consistency. And you got to try new shit. You got to throw everything at the wall, see what sticks. You know, marketing wise, music wise, and it's a lot. It is a lot. And we talk about it a lot on the show as independent artists and day jobs. You know, like you're still out there, you're grinding, you're doing your normal everyday shit and fitting all this in. How do you find the time?
Yeah, that's the toughest part too, because I got kids on top of that. So when I come home and, there's a lot of times where I go, Daddy's got to write this song. I got, deadlines, and they're like, hey, you promised you do this for me. And that's always going to take precedent. The thing that sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and be like, yeah, I want to be in bed by 11 because I got work in the morning, but fuck it. I got to crunch till 1 because my word is as good as I am as a human being. So if I promise Sha he going to get that track by tomorrow, then I don't care. I'll spend the time with my son and say, fuck it, 11 to 1 a.m. is just going to be grinding. We're going to fucking pound a Red Bull and we're going to put our heart into it and do everything we can to get that done. I mean, I got a full-time career, bro. Even where, like, as today, I was flying back from Ohio after 4 days, and I still had to spend an hour or two writing in my hotel room to keep up with projects, instead of what most people, they're going to meet after the office meetings and go out and have drinks at a fucking Friday somewhere. I'm like, no, thanks, guys. I'm good. So you got to take a sacrifice on those normal little, those little things that you would pleasure yourself with, saying, yeah, I'll go out and have some drinks with the homies. You got to sacrifice that shit.
Yeah, sacrifice is a thing, man. Like,
yo, did you just pause me, bro?
Yeah,
I had to, dog.
Yeah, I didn't. I couldn't think of the word, and when I said pleasures, I was like, "Ah, fuck, man." I knew I buried myself, bro.
It's like clip that one, clip it.
Yeah. That's gonna be a 5-second sound bit on the internet this weekend.
Shit, you know how the internet is too. Somebody will find it.
Can I at least throw in there that were female co-workers I was talking about? All right.
There you go. There you go. Like, save.
I don't care. I'm not judgmental. If you want to, do whatever you want with your thing. I don't care.
Nah, I got a girl right upstairs. I'm good. If I'm not even gonna go to the other team. If I'm gonna step out of bounds, I might as well just fuck it all up right and pick a girl. I'm thinking that's the way to go.
Shy, you got any questions?
I got lots of questions. Mickey Bourbon, what is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life, for me personally, because I've just discovered this past year. For me, it was always to like the simple pleasures, like I do, getting high, getting drunk, partying with friends, getting clout from people. And the past few years, it hasn't. I keep going. What's my footprint going to be? My legacy. I think meaning of life for me is to make as much of an imprint and impact so that it carries on after I'm gone, whether that be through my son and raising a stand-up dude who does something better for the world than I did with my life, whether that be through my music, and 10 years after I'm dead, people are going, hey, yo, I found this dude from the Jersey Shore. He's got some dope shit, and it really, hits home for me, and I resonate with that shit. That's the kind of shit I want to leave a legacy and imprint, and that's the meaning of my life. If I'm not doing it for something that's going to mean something in 20, 100 years, what the fuck am I doing it for anyway then? Clout chasing, followers, that shit going to dissolve the minute I die. What the RIP page going to get follows for a month? it ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah, word. And that wasn't even the real question. I was just fucking around. But so to you, what is your favorite album of all time? What did you learn from it, and why do you hold it in such high esteem?
That's gonna be DMX. As Dark and Hell is Hot.
Good
I was
choice.
at a really, really fucked up period of my life. I was in jail. I didn't get in trouble for like 90 days, and they give you like honors where you're allowed to have the Walkman back and shit. And I finally got like a girlfriend on the bricks to bring me a tape because you got to get your family to pay for shit. And I didn't have a family. My mom didn't, I didn't have visits, nothing. And the girl brought me that, and that tape, it somehow garnered every emotion I felt in my body. And I'm not just talking about, oh, it's angry, stop, drop, shut him down, open. I'm talking about like the convo had me in my fucking cell crying because I know that feeling of like you're fucking alone and it's nothing but bad for you out in the world. And then you realize somebody is walking along with you because you're still fucking here. You're not, so every emotion got channeled in one album. And DMX managed to do that in the same situation. But like me, I was locked up in youth houses. I had a foster family. I had, so it was just like, oh shit, this other human really been through some of the same shit I've been through. And look at him doing it big. And he ain't have nobody to help him, So
Yeah,
that's the one.
Classic album too. Hands down to me, that's probably
that was a Let My Tape Rock Till My Tape
album
Pop.
of all time, personally.
Yeah, I wore that tape out. I remember Stop Being Greedy would actually do that play fast. When the tape got thinned out and it almost do like a little bit of chipmunk voice when it was getting worn. Yeah, that's how much I played that shit out. Yeah, I kept that tape for, even CDs was long going and popular, and I still had that shit burning, playing nonstop.
And that shit was so dope too. I quit school to go get the second album, right?
Yes.
I actually was disappointed by that album because It's Dark and Hell is Hot was so dope to me.
Right.
And he went to that switch of using all those Swizz beats.
Yeah.
And it was early when Swizz to me wasn't as good as he clearly is now.
I agree.
A little bit later. And I wasn't a big fan of that album, except for a few songs.
I totally agree with you. Like when you see the track listing and you're like, oh my God, he got Ice Cube on this shit. It's about, and then it was just like a kind of mediocre hook with a Swiss beat that wasn't a Swiss beats we know now. And it was kind of like made on a weak MPC player. And I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah. That exact energy I had. Yup.
Yeah.
A lot of sophomore albums follow up that way, though. You're always looking forward to it, and it just doesn't measure up. I don't know if that's expectations or if it's the actual art itself.
I think for that one, it absolutely was, because you remember how much that second album sold in the same year, because everybody was so amped on that first album being immaculate. Like, there's not a weak moment on that first album. When the second, everybody just bought it, no questions, didn't wait for a single to drop. Just fuck that. I'm already at the store when it's out. Yup.
I remember, for me, I was like anticipating that album too, because I had heard was the first song I heard him on was Usual Suspects on the How to Be a Player soundtrack. It was also on Mike Geronimo's album, so there's like two different versions. Like Fatal Hussein's on one of them, and he's not on the other, and Cormega's on the other. But I just remember hearing DMX, and I was like, "Yo, who is this dude?" And then I heard, I saw the video actually for "Get at Me, Dog," and I was like, "Yo, this album's gonna be crazy." I cannot wait to hear this. And then it was like, and then it was everything it was anticipated to be, which is dope because that just doesn't happen anymore. Like, it feels like nowadays nobody lives up to the hype. And that was like one of those times where somebody did.
100%. Yeah, especially now, it's even worse because it's all hype. Everything gets overhyped because overpaying for promo and commercials and ads. I mean, every like reel you see come up is like, is this the new Nas? And it like, no, it's not. Stop playing with me. So the hype is just so overdone now. You can't even get that hype that you had in 98, 99 with his second album. That hype is unmatchable now. You can't do it.
Yeah, it's a totally different vibe too.
Yeah,
you don't have social media driving everything. So
yep.
Just how it is. Mickey Bourbon, give us your craziest, weirdest interaction with a fan online?
Craziest, weirdest interaction with a fan. I had a dude for like, and he's blocked now, and I'm not giving him no shout out, but yo, it was every fucking day he would take one of my bars and then just build his own rap off of it, and not even like rap it on a song or a freestyle or try and remix it in my DMs. Bro would take it and just give me 8 bars of his own, and it was so whack. And I tried to do like the peaceful route, like, oh, hey, good try, bro. Keep at it. You'll get better. Thanks for listening. Like every day, though, for like 60 days straight. And I finally started going, bro, you got to chill the
Good
fuck
Lord.
out with this. All right. Just keep your music to yourself and you'll get better. And then it got to, bro, if you don't fucking stop. And he just didn't listen. He just, no response. No, like, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was being annoying. And he just kept every fucking day. And it would be like, you know, he'd just take one of my bars and it would be like a dope punch. And he'd just do like standing on the corner. I tried to warn him. And if not, I'm going to swarm him. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. And I finally just went, you're fucking trash. You're fucking trash. Get the fuck out of my DMs. Fucking it. And I blocked him. And that was one of the weirdest. And I really like, my whole policy is love is love. If I put love out to everybody and I'm not an asshole and I'm not pretentious and full of myself, that's the energy I expect back. But sometimes you just gotta be an asshole to people because they just need that. Like they didn't get punched in the face when they were younger. That's exactly what that is.
That's wild.
Yep.
For
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
just to hit you up, not respond to anything, but just keep going and going for months.
I'm dead ass. I would write like, hey, bro, this ain't it, man. You gotta chill with this, bro. Because every day I'm opening my, and he just wouldn't respond. And I'd be like, I guess he got the point. A day or 2 days later, I'd be like, boop, did it again. Like, bro. And I just finally lost my shit, bro. And I didn't even text it. I did that voice memo shit. Like, you're fucking whack. Get the fuck out of my DMs. You're a fucking weirdo, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? And then that was it. I just fucking blocked him. Like, yo, I'm not giving him no more airtime.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And yo, his page ain't have no posts with his raps. He wasn't putting out no songs, just somehow would listen to my shit and put his own like fucking 4 bars underneath it. Like I was gonna be like, well, that's the remix, pal. Hit me up now. Like, nah.
Yo, some people are so weird. Like,
yo, facts.
Why do they do what they do in the words of the room? Like, what the so like you got people who you got the promo guys, right? Who just jump in your DMs because they see that you're a rapper. You got the cartoon graphic dudes who just like they bombard you. You got artists who like want coaching. Who you're like, yo, who are you? What? You're my friend on Facebook. Like, all right, well, that's my bad, but like,
right. I accept this, and
it's like you don't want to be a dickhead because you don't want to be seen as a dickhead,
right?
But at the same time, you kind of got to be a dickhead.
It's like that's the question. Like, who the fuck raised you, bro? Who the fuck, like, who is your OG that allowed you to be like this in life? You had to have just been sheltered and never left your mom's basement or some shit.
Who was your example?
Right.
What was that person doing exactly?
So somebody co-signed this at some point because you feel like this is the way.
Like, how did we get here?
Whoever his example was writing out rhymes on paper and sending them through the mail to somebody, like one every week.
Pre-social media, he was just fucking going to like the Onyx fan club and writing out like fucking 10 bars to fucking, to slam and fucking mailing it to him somewhere.
Right. Look, and then they're like recording on a phone. They're gonna do their graphics on like an app that makes it look like they did it on a Game Boy in 1989.
Like, don't even blend the edges. It's just mad cut and paste.
Yo, spelled wrong, bad grammar everywhere.
Like, dead ass, bro. Yo, somebody's got to be falling.
What am I doing wrong?
Look, if these guys got the audacity to keep doing the, I do cover art and comment, somebody's got to fall for it because it wouldn't be a whole market of these people. Somebody's going to go, oh my God, I'll give him $20 to do that. Like, it's got to be. There's got to be somebody falling. I want to meet the person falling for it more than I want to meet the person who's actually getting money to do that bullshit.
Yeah, because I'm going to say each one of us probably knows at least one person in real life who actually does that shit that we can turn to if we need that. I mean, look,
facts. Professionals. Yo,
either
like
one of our
Hanzo
music.
Blades. Hanzo Blades is one of the dopest, most original artists with the graphic arts and the promo. Like, I wouldn't go to anybody but him or like 2 or 3 other dudes. Like, why the fuck would I go to some random dude from fucking Nigeria on IG in my comments? Like, the fuck is that?
It's a hustle, man. It's a hustle. They're scamming. They're scamming people too,
That's
mostly.
exactly.
That's what they're doing. They're sending me this amount of money, and then you never hear from them again. That's the way it goes. We know it.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
The
gotta
fucking
be it.
the desire for clout is so bad that people will just jump on any pretend opportunity to get bigger. It doesn't matter in their DMs, in that, I do marketing digital promo with like terrible grammar, and they're still like, fuck it, 20,000 more followers, I'll do it. Like, bro, that's not 20,000 people listening to your fucking music. That's not human beings. That's literally just numbers punched in there from a server.
Yeah. That's like the DJs on Instagram that hit you up. I like your music. You're like, thank you. And they're like,
meanwhile, it's a mock of the real DJ's
wait,
page.
but every time the response, how long have you been making music?
Yo, the
You're
same
like,
shit.
oh, what?
Yo, even
What?
if you be like, I'm allergic to peanuts, he still responds with, yeah, that's dope. We should work. My Cash App is.
Right. It's wild, man. It's wild. The way the bots are nowadays, you can't tell if you're talking to a human, machine. You have no clue.
Yeah, anybody who approaches me in DMs that I haven't already done or like shot it and be like, yeah, I did work with him, he dope as hell. I don't even want to respond. I don't care if you're legit, you're in my DMs. The answer is fucking no.
For real.
Absolutely
I'll go
not.
search it out if I
Half
need
the
it.
time you can't even open that shit because if you open it up, you're gonna get a virus. They're gonna steal your credit, or something's gonna stupid.
It's instant computer aids. Instant computer aids.
Next thing you know, your Facebook is saying, "Oh, I'll Cash App you $50 if you can tell me what letter is missing from this."
The word is bond. That is dead ass how it goes down. Yup, immediately. You see bad people and immediately your first response is, oh, he fell for that. As soon as you see that person's page, I'm like, you fucking dummy.
A lot of people fall for it, man. There's a lot of dummies out there. There really is. It's a sad sight.
No shortage. There's never going to be a shortage of suckers. You got to respect the jokes. It's just like the streets, man. You don't knock the guy that's ripping people off for broken TVs or bricks in a TV box that they're selling and people buy them. That person's got to learn now. That's how they learn. These are the breaks. You respect the jokes. Don't get jokes, but you respect when you do. When you get ripped off, you go, fuck, that was stupid of me. Let me not do that again.
Like George Bush said.
Yeah, exactly.
It's happened to every single one of us. It happens,
Yeah.
So if you don't learn your lesson, then you deserve it to happen in the second, third, fourth, and fifth time too.
Until you learn.
Oh, I got ripped off with the DJ one, but it was on the forefront. It was before everybody was doing it, and it was a legit person responding. Because I hit him with what the fuck's your favorite? And I just came off tour with Ghostface, opening for Cannabis, all them. So I'm like, oh shit. And it was in Connecticut where I just got done performing the night before. Yo, I heard your shit is dope. I went right in like, yeah, what's your favorite song? Bro, really pulled out a song. And he was like, yeah, that second verse on Yada 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 was dope. I was like, oh shit. Somebody on the other end just fucking did a 2-second Google and pulled my shit up. But I was like, yeah, where does bond? And he was like, $40 just because my program director wants to make sure people are legit and serious about it. And I wasn't even thinking, bro. I was on a 5-day tour, exhausted. I was like, no doubt, send him $40. It took me 10 minutes to just go, oh, fuck. I didn't even have to follow up, nothing. I just went, yo, I just got jokes. I just got fucking jokes. So it happens, yo. And now it's just you immediately know it's already such a fucking hustle and a scam. It's no question.
Where do they go from here though with the scams and the hustles? Like
they got and little piece of jewel for artists out there. It is illegal. It is by the FCC illegal for a DJ to hit you up and go, pay me and I'll put you on the radio. So don't fall for that shit, artists, period. I learned that through some of the DJs that are legit on the radio. Like, yeah, we can never do that shit. They'll fucking find the shit out of the radio.
They'll look the other way while they do it for you.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. But you know, they do it other ways. Like they'll have like shows and be like, it's this much to
Right.
get on the show, and if you're the winner of this show when you come perform, then we'll put you on the radio, and then it's technically allowed.
Yeah, the
So
whole summer jams and
there's
going
always
and
there's
watching
always a
each
loop
other.
around. But I'm saying if a DJ just approaches you and says, "Yo, $100, I'm gonna put you on the radio," get the fuck out of here. No, you're not.
Yeah, that's illegal as fuck. They can't be doing that. They can't be doing that payola bullshit.
Facts.
It's
Mickey Bourbon, tell us your craziest story of being out there live performing some crazy shit that's happened to you.
Opening for Ghostface. So I got a bad shoulder from baseball when I was a kid, and from boxing later on in my 20s. I boxed like amateur boxing, and my shoulder's been rebuilt. So I got like cables in my shoulder where some of the ligaments were replacing them. And I got so amped opening for Ghostface. I always go out there with a towel or a t-shirt because I'll be getting sweaty as fuck. And I whip my arm up and down like, yeah, and I was so amped with the crowd because it was a big crowd and shit. And all I heard was crunch, pop. My shoulder was hanging the fuck off. I dislocated my whole arm on stage. And I did the whole set like that, but it was not energetic like Mickey Bourbon. It was like shaking in severe pain, rapping all mumbled like, I just wanna. That was really bad. I choked opening for Ghostface. My shoulder was popped out of the socket, but it was still a wonderful night. I got to meet him and Sheik Luch and go sign my fucking sneakers and shit. So it was a great night. But yeah, pop that shit right out the socket. And some of the people seen that shit. Like it was just ugly as hell hanging off the side.
Oh, I can feel it. I've had my rotator cuff done twice on my left shoulder, like torn to pieces, torn the labrum right off the bone. So yeah,
that's exactly what happened. Yup.
Oh,
Like I popped it back in after the set. On some Lethal Weapon shit. Screamed like a little girl too. I wasn't tough about it. That shit hurt like
that shit hurts. Everybody that's ever had a dislocated shoulder knows that you ain't just like fucking popping it into like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fine now.
The sound it makes inside your head when you hear it.
I was just about to say it's an internal sound. It's not outside. You can hear like almost like the liquidity of it. It's like liquid, like this fucking dry heave shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's exactly as soon as it popped out, it was like shooting pain. But the adrenaline got me through. I still performed. I still did my set, but it was definitely a whack set. I was gassed out of breath and pain. Like that was a fucked up night for me, definitely. And I had one more time. I don't drink anymore when I perform for this reason. I went up there sloshed, and I thought I had the best set of my life. I was all over the stage like a fucking nut job, jumping around. Yeah, somebody played it back for me the next day. I was a fucking mess. I looked so sloppy, and I learned my lesson. Like, yo, yeah, you feel comfortable because you're drunk, but you're not doing well. You're drunk. You're fucking up bad.
Yeah.
So I didn't do that ever again, neither. So that was another bad experience for me.
Yeah.
It's like doing anything all fucked up.
What'd you say, Brad?
I was saying I've seen people who never learned that lesson, and it's crazy to me. Like it's like after like one time, you think you'd be embarrassed and want to like.
That goes into a deeper rooted issue, though. That goes maybe the drinking's a little more important to them than the music. Maybe they're there for the social aspect and the attention and the alcohol. You know what I mean? Which is its own.
It could be a lot of shit.
Facts. A whole deep bedded issues.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've all seen it personally. Like in shows, like dudes over there at the bar getting shitty, and you go over. Like I promote, and I'll look at some people. I'm like, yo, man, you all good? You good? Yeah, I'm good. And then they get up there and they fuck. It's like, all right, come on, man. Like you're making everybody look bad.
Yeah, that confident, and it's as a fan in the stands, like, or as just a spectator, is so cringe. Like even you're like, oh God, does he not know what the fuck he looks like right now? So and that's coming from me. Look, dude, the last half of my rap name is Bourbon. There's a reason for that. I was a fucking drunk. I didn't name myself Bourbon. Motherfuckers started calling me Bourbon because I carried a bottle of like Makers or Jack all fucking time. And I had to put that aside because if you love the music more, you want to perfect it. You want people to enjoy it, and you want to be memorable as, hey, I did right by my art. You know what I mean? So
and you want to
learn to prioritize.
You want to represent yourself correctly, and you can't really do that if you're like you're too drunk because Yeah, you'd be talking to people. You're not going to remember conversations you had. Then you're going to be a
That
liar, basically, based on that. There's like so many things that go into it when it comes to like trying to be professional in certain aspects.
And it's like anything in life, it's a hell of a lot harder to wash off a stain than it is to show off clean. So if you have a great set or 100 great sets in a row, people are going to remember that a lot less easily than that one you fucked up so bad and trashed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rock band, Puddle of Mud. I seen Puddle of Mud mad times live. They were actually a good rock band in the fucking 90s, early 2000s. I saw one concert, bro was on heroin. He was doped the fuck up. It was terrible, terrible. That's what I remember of that band. That's what I remember of Puddle of Mud. Bro was doped the fuck up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and the thing is too, it's like you couldn't wait till after your set. Like, I like to drink a little. You guys have seen me drink beer on these
Yeah,
podcasts here and there. Like, I enjoy myself a adult beverage, but there's also like a time and place. Like, I can do this and drink a couple beers while I'm doing it, and it's
facts.
not going to interfere with what I'm doing, right? But if
Absolutely.
I'm performing, like, I'm not drinking more than 2 to 3 beers before I hit that stage, and I'm not really blazing for a couple hours before, just to keep my mind sharp, so I can remember all my shit. Because the second
Yeah.
I have more than that, then I'm like, I'm guaranteed to mess something up, because
Right. Right.
just that little bit does that to me. But I've learned what my limit is. This is what I can do. This is what I can't do. All right, bet. And then after
Yeah.
I come off stage, if I want to get whatever, then hey, I've done my job. Now it's leisure time.
That's what I got. I got to the point where it was right before I'd have one bourbon whiskey because that's my thing with the promoter or like with a couple of the homies I'm there with performing with one bourbon, be like, all right, I'm good. And then after my set, even if my set's end of the night, 4 hours later, I ain't touching a fucking drink the rest of the night. Nothing but water and preparing for my shit. Once it's done, then yeah, I'm a fucking hot mess. Off the rails I go.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy. Like,
I'm on 18 days now though. I actually just for New Year's, not because I like had a severe problem. I just wanted to be, I just wanted to be without it for a while and try and be my better self and really work on the music with full of my heart and not numbing myself at any point during the day. So I'm 18 days. I quit January 1st when I woke up. So
dope. It's good to kind of clean it out once in a
yeah,
while too.
yeah, it's not on some like AA shit where I'm going to meetings and I can never have a drink again because I got a DUI or fucking lost my family. Everything's golden in my life, but not golden. It's all fucked up, but still not because of that. So I'll turn back and have drinks one day or something, but there's just no reason to. There's no reason for me to get bent every Saturday and Friday and you know what I mean, get twisted nonstop randomly for no reason.
Yeah, there's no reason to live like you're 20 anymore. A lot of guys our age do that, man, and I see it and I almost feel pity them because it's like, dude,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You know, it's a Tuesday night at 8:30 and you're smashed already. It's like, don't
Yeah.
you have work? Don't you have work in the morning? Like, how you gonna
Right.
feel?
Yeah.
Like,
You
holy
feeling
shit.
like ass? Yeah, definitely. Yo, definitely, man. I've did that shit to myself mad times, man. And
Mm.
what for? What's the purpose besides whatever deeper seated reason you feel like doing that shit so much? So yeah, it was just a proof to myself, like, nah, man, I'm good. I don't need that shit to be happy. I don't need that shit, to make music. I don't loosen up or get sharper because I burn a L. None of that happens. I just do it because I enjoy it and I want to let loose and forget about my day, and work and shit. So I just put it aside. Like I'm good for now.
Yeah, that's dope. Because I know for me, like I can tell you 1,000%, like being able to control your demons will absolutely help with your music and things like that. Because I could tell you my whole entire like 20s into my 30s, like it was all about like I always was like working on music and I wanted to do music, but I can definitely tell you 100% like partying and just all of that definitely held me back in so many different ways
Yep.
over that time that it definitely, I looking back on it, just the money spent on all the
Yeah.
stupidity
Right.
and then all the time spent doing that instead of sharpening, my sword. I'll say
Abs-
like, I
absolutely.
regret that wholeheartedly, but that's also why I'm hitting my stride now instead of maybe 5, 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But hey, you live and you learn, and it's good to hear that you are learning from it. Because I can
Yeah.
tell you, I'm on the other side of all that, and it's definitely looking better over here.
Yeah, it took the first like 2 weeks. I didn't really see a major difference, and I had a couple moments like either business meetings or out at a show or something, and I'd be like, "Damn, man, I really could just." And it was a little bit hard, tricky to be like, "Nah, I'm good," especially when people come up to me like, "Bourbon, I want to have a shot with you," because my fucking name is Bourbon. Everybody goes, "Yo, I want to have a shot with you." I get that shit all the time.
Yeah,
But
change your shit to Mickey Water.
yeah, right. Yeah, you know what? I'm a big
Well,
proponent of 2-0. If you ever see my Facebook, I always say, "Drink water, you piece of shit."
yeah. Flow like
That was a
H2O.
reminder. So that started as a reminder for me, believe it or not. I just post something silly, and it was just for me. Every morning, I'd be like, "And remember to drink water, you piece of shit," for me. And it just became something everybody stuck to. Everybody started responding back to me all the time. I was getting memes sent to me with water in them and shit. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'll run with it if everybody thinks it's funny."
Quota.
Yeah.
40 quotas.
I'll do anything. I'll do anything if it makes people laugh. Like that's second. If people enjoy my music, making people laugh is like one of my favorite fucking things in the world. That
Oh,
shit
no,
is a gift and a blessing to make people laugh.
your Facebook's always got me laughing about some shit.
Yeah, I love being clown shoes, bro. It used to be like anywhere you go, bro. If we get to roasting people, I'm really good at roasting people. It's not safe, but I realized like it really fucked up relationships, and I was hurting people's feelings, and people didn't want to hang around me because I was roasting people so much. And I was like, okay, we need to switch that energy up, and that's how the love is love came into play. And then I just started being clown shoes on my Facebook. My IG is nothing but promo and music is serious. And then my Facebook is just clown shoes all fucking day. Just it's a shit show.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for the entertainment, my friend.
Oh yeah.
It's what I'm here for. I provide a service.
We're gonna be wrapping it up very shortly. Shah, are there any other questions you want to drop for Mick?
Shit, yeah. Okay. Well, first I want to say thank you for coming through on the new album for me a couple times because you're on 2 tracks on that shit.
That's just an honor,
you got
B. I
another one
can't
coming
wait.
on the other album.
I can't wait to hear that shit. Not just the songs I'm on, the whole album, bro. I can't wait to hear that shit, bro. I'm hyped. I'm kind of like hoping, like, hey, I'm on 2 songs. At least send me those shit so I can preview them early. But look, I like waiting like everybody else, and I absolutely will cop the album, not just go, oh, it's in my Apple Music. You know me. I'm already there for it. You already know I'll buy and I'm in and I want to support, and it's always dope shit, B.
We're definitely, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Salute.
So my question would be, what do you hope to accomplish in hip hop? What in hip hop could you accomplish to you where you just sit back and be like, all right, word. Like I've come here, I've done what I've set out to do.
I don't think I'm ever going to have that satisfied because there's always going to be another car I want to jump in and drive. Like, even if I put out an album, just feels like I let out every emotion I had. I'll find a new facet to dive into. Like, I think right now my biggest goal is I want to create my own platform, but a unique platform for other artists I fuck with. That's not a pay for play. That's not a clout chase and just somewhere where I can have artists on and not like a culture corner where it's an interview type show, maybe like to a slate, but I have something in the works already where it's gonna be about the bars and about the artist and about not even about me. I ain't gonna rap on my own fucking show. So I think that's my next biggest goal that I'm gonna be like, all right, when I got that achieved, I'm gonna feel real good about myself.
Word, that's dope. Wait, can't wait to check it out.
You'll be getting a call once that shit's up and running, babe.
Hit me up.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
You just gonna have to come to Jersey because it's in person, not virtual.
Okay. Well, you might have to
shit.
do the same to come out here soon for me for a 1v1, but we'll talk.
I got facts. You know me. I'll jump in the fucking car and
We
drive
already
4
talked. We
hours
gotta
out.
hit the studio. Matter of fact, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit the studio and get that out of the way as well. Bang, book it.
Bet this is me committing to it now. B, we'll make it happen.
Word.
4 hours ain't that bad of a drive. You can do that easily.
I actually think he's like, because you like more closer to like UMass, not Rhode Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's closer to
So
New
you
Hampshire.
about 5.
Actually.
You about 5, but I still
I'm
like Worcester is about 5 hours 20 minutes.
Yeah.
okay.
He's
I'm
like
a little bit
he's
further
an
than
hour
that.
from me. He's about an hour from me, hour and 10 minutes from me.
I'll drive
right out.
it.
I'm
I
right
ain't scared,
outside
bro.
Providence. But
I got in the car and drove up to Email Studio, way the fuck up in Mass, just to record for one night, 2 tracks.
That's like right up the street for me. So
that's yeah. I drove out to Mastermind, got a hotel, did 2 songs with E, and then met Lingo and them the next day just to go to the arcade and drink with them, and then got a hotel. Then I made like a weekend out of it. So I'll do the same exact shit, B. So we'll get a bunch of work done. Like I'll make sure that shit's well worth a 6-hour drive.
Oh yeah. Mickey Bourbon, what you got coming up? Shows, music you're releasing? Let us know, and let us know where we can find you.
Sure. So February 8th, I'm in Brooklyn. I'm gonna be opening there with Full Blast. I do a lot of shit with Full Blast. That's the family, and it's a charity for mental health. So it's so near and dear to my heart. I actually work with them. You know, it's kind of like a fam thing. Like they literally care for the artists and promote them. So I stick with them a lot. And then I'm going on tour end of March with Full Blast and DJ Infamous Amadeus. And I'll be up near y'all. So Sean, that might be a good time to link, by the way. I'm end of March. It's gonna be New York, Connecticut, New Hampshire, and Mass. 4 cities, 4 days in a row. So I'll be up there end of March, and it's going to be all over my Facebook and my socials, you know, the coming weeks and stuff. And then as far as projects go, I just had the one drop on Bandcamp with Hanzo and G-Fan Black. It's a Bofat produced, which Bofat is the fucking one of my favorite producers ever. I love working with that dude. It was dope. They just played it on Shade 45 today, which was really dope too. They were spinning it on national radio, which is cool as hell. And then I got more projects with Bofat, and I got projects with King Virtue coming out too. We did that You Already track that was actually like one of my biggest tracks ever. I got Ren Thomas on the remix. So if y'all go check that out, that's still out now. It's on all platforms and shit. So yeah, I got those things going on. I'm pretty much trying to get these projects with Bofat and King Virtue done right now. Shah, one of the Bofat projects is the one you did for me.
Oh, I murdered that shit.
I'm just waiting to drop it all at once. I got sidelined for a little bit. I lost my job and shit, so it was like a rough 4 months that held me back.
Happens.
Yep. I'm right back working again, though. So, yeah, we in it, baby.
Hey, back on your grind, bro. It's all that matters is you bounce back. We all bounce back and we fall down.
Zero chill. I'm hyper as fuck.
You get punched in the face, you keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But again, man, we thank you for joining us on the Hip Hop Happy Hour podcast. We are going to be wrapping it up.
Love is love.
Man. Everybody, go check Mickey Bourbon out. All you got to do is Google it, Mickey Bourbon. He's going to pop up because I've done it. So you can do it too. You can find him everywhere.
Every platform is Mickey Bourbon except for IG because they make you do the stupid fucking underscore in the middle. Everything else is Mickey and Bourbon. And Bourbon is spelled Bourbon. It's always been that way. So some of y'all non-grammar having ass motherfuckers, stop writing Bourbon. Like, how the fuck is that even come out of your mouth? Like, you speak and spell non-having.
He's like, I'm gonna have an English class show coming up next month. Everybody tune in. We're gonna be everyone's gonna be tested at the end of it.
Yeah,
bro. Appreciate you, man, for coming on the show again. We'll be doing it again. We'll actually we'll probably be seeing you in New York. No, you're coming out the 16th for a Seed show.
Yeah, I'm coming just to watch. Yep, I'll be there as a fan. Yep.
We'll be there.
I'll catch y'all out there. Yeah, shout out to Seed too. He's a fucking dude that's about hip hop and he stands on his business and he's a good dude and a dope artist.
Shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to Hanzo. Shout out to Seed.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody watching Hip Hop Happy Hour podcast. We out. Peace.
Peace out.
One love.